I'm just your average parent trying to do right by my kids. Never thought I'd have to, deal with something like this. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. The kids' toys were scattered everywhere. Then there was a knock at the door. My heart sank when I saw who it was.
Hello, I'm from Child Protective Services. We've received a report and need to inspect your home.
I didn't know what to do. They wanted to come in, look around, talk to my kids. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was doing something wrong even though I knew I wasn't. But then, I remembered something I'd read online about knowing your rights. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, but unless you have a warrant, I can't let you in." The CPS worker looked surprised. They weren't used to parents knowing their rights. It wasn't easy, but I stood my ground. I protected my family's privacy that day. Remember, when CPS knocks, know your rights. It can make all the difference.
Been locked away in chains, 15 years of struggle and pain. Kids taken away by a faceless form. She rises up in the darkest storm. Her voice touches hearts in a broken state. Podcast waves spark their fight of fate. Brenda's strength like a blazing fire. Inspire the lost to lift their desire. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear. Stand up tall, let no one bring you down. In her voice, their freedom found. Government shadows, secrets untold. Brenda's story, fierce and bold. She helps others break their chains. Together they rise from the ashes of pain. Her husband waits behind iron bars, but Brenda knows they'll reach the stars. Oh, her love unyielding, a beacon bright in the silence of the night. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear. Stand up tall, let no one bring you down. In her voice, their freedom found.
Okay, we're going live. Oh my gosh, we stirred up some people here. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Dr. Death and Dr. Death, and Debbie. Oh my gosh. All right, so glad to see y'all here. Chris Brayton, Brayton. Oh yes, and I'm so glad that everybody's joining because as far as I understand it, Danielle, you want to tell everybody what you've been working on, and it's
Okay, disappeared. Watch.
oh my.
Nice and nice. Hey, everybody, welcome in. I am totally on the wrong screen, y'all. Like I got my computer up and going. I'm such a dummy. All right, so everybody in the chat. I see Chris. I see Debbie, Dr. Des, Facts Over Lies, and I see Brenda in the chat. Brenda, I didn't know you could be at two places at one time.
I can be two places at once.
Are you to your son tomorrow at his appointment? Awesome. That's a good thing, right? Oh, and there goes my computer. Whoops.
Oh,
One of them goes down. We'll go down together. So I do want to say this, huh?
Facts Over Lies is over here too.
Yes, I see your Facts Over Lies. I see all y'all's So y'all get the notification this time, and we were on time. Maybe a minute late, maybe 10 minutes late. I hope not.
Believe it, guys.
Look, I'm getting better. Look, I've been called out, and like they've noticed that my times are going up. Like when I put my time on, and then they go to watch my show, and then it changes by like 15. I do want to apologize to everybody. I am working on that that bad habit. Yeah. I love y'all. I do, and I'm gonna get better. Brenda helps me with that, and then Gunnar too. Gunnar, yeah. And then everybody, all of y'all, Facts Over Lies, everybody's been calling me out on it. So I do want to address that. I know that we spoke about this affidavit yesterday, but I'm also working. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Stash.
So yes, and he contacted me on TikTok, and we talked. And he's been in here before with us. Good to see you. We're finally able to go live back on TikTok now. I got out of timeout yesterday or today. What's the date today? 13th. Today was my Today was my day. I don't know what anybody's saying in the chat because I got to get my computer plugged in. But I do.
You can't.
Go ahead.
I see it all. I see it all.
Well, go ahead and go over that, and let me get my computer plugged in, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay.
Right.
Go ahead and take over the show.
So Chris is saying he sees her son tomorrow at his appointment. So that's nice that they're allowing you to be at the appointments because that's something that never happened with me or my husband and my kids. Oh, and you're going to meet, you're going to meet the foster mother. Wow. Again, never happened with our case at all. That's so good because it really does seem like you have some good people over there, Chris. Have you heard that Trump is facing impeachment again as of today? No, God forbid. They will try. They will try. Same thing that's happening with my family. I swear to gosh that they're not happy unless they're causing us sorrow and pain. Yeah, it's the way it goes. And come back after a long fight. Oh yeah. I mean, it's forever. It's the longest fight I've ever fought in my life. I can tell you that. Over 9 years now, guys. I mean, God, I was fighting a fight before my kids got taken too. I was fighting for our freedoms and our liberties and freedoms of speech and all that. And look at where it got me. It got me my kids taken is what happened. So this is what one thing I want to talk about, guys, is this damn FDLE, which stands for Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They were coming out, and I've got it up here, and they were talking about how they have caught this teacher. Actually, it was a music teacher for elementary school, and he was involved with they has his child porn charges or something like this. It has to do again with the internet. Well, to me, again, when you got the law enforcement coming out and acting like the heroes that they're busting these people, I'm sorry, they're failures in my opinion. Because why? Because they're looking, okay, this is what they're doing. They're spying on everybody that's on the internet, for one thing. And they want to control what you do on the TikTok. They want to, especially the TikTok. I'm telling you, it's not China that's running that show. It's, that's who's knocking at my door about my husband's TikTok post. It was Eunice police officer. That's who it was. And acting like, oh, okay, well, I just happen to have a lot of free time on my hand, and I happen to see your video. Sorry, never did post. They never proved that it was posted or anything by my husband anyway. But that was your Florida Department of Law Enforcement that got that guy to come down here. And then he lied about the reason he was down here. So the Florida Department of Law Enforcement has been in my life ever since, before my kids were taken. Because you know who was at the bottom of that false Florida Fusion Exchange bulletin? It's FDLE one more time. So they're putting targets on people that have never committed a crime in their life. And then what happens after that? After they set up some scenario that you're some crazy nuts, or they'll say sovereign citizens, and everybody knows that those two words don't even go together. Okay, they want to make look like you are some freak. So then they think they have every right to come in and take your kids. I just seen the way it played out. In our case, the way it played out. Oh, it's sick. I'm telling you, it's so sick. Okay. Now Debbie is saying I have been sharing everything that Gunner is doing on my TikTok. Well, Debbie, I wish I could keep up with that because I have no idea what Gunner is doing at this point. I am like out of the loop. God knows what I'm doing over here. I'm trying. That's all I can say. I'm trying. On Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Let me say this. It's okay. So I'm going to say this because it's all of it. Like the reason why the affidavit is not up and going, I'm the one behind the scenes doing the affidavit and trying to make it easier for y'all. So I'm working around the clock to get this going, to make it more convenient and easier. So we're going to do a show tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. Okay. Explaining everything from start to finish. All right. It's going to be about the affidavit. It's going to be what to do. I mean, we're going to explain everything. Like, and I'm in the process of making an AI that is going to be convenient where you'll get sent this link. It'll be my AI, but you can put your story into AI and it'll tell you the constitutional rights violations. Okay. And it's going to be just based on that. All right. It'll help you with your affidavit when you're filling it out for like the brief description of the facts and have you a better understanding of what constitutional rights violations. So when you put your story into the AI, like when you tell it everything, it will break it down for you. And if that would be easier for everyone. So yes, we are working behind the scenes and Gunner is putting stuff out there about things. So we are working on this and we should have everything good to go and ready to blast off tomorrow. I told him, I said I needed because
the other thing we've been working on is getting more people on board with this. So if you guys know anybody as well,
yeah. So go ahead and because we'll be able to explain everything tomorrow because that's why we want to do everything in one show so that everyone will know what the whole reason for this is and what comes with it. Okay, because it's not a class action lawsuit. It's something bigger and it's especially if you have an open case right now, even if you don't have an open case, still there's it will help everyone. Okay. So tell people when you get a template for the affidavit, you'll get a link to be able to fill it out and whatnot. You'll even get to where you can print it out and you'll have to get it notarized. So trust me, y'all, this is a big matter and it's a game changer. Okay. So I'm working. I know a lot of y'all reached out to me and there's even people that have reached out to me about their stories. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm doing that. Yeah, and it work to be printed and filled out. Yeah, no, I'm doing the paperwork now, but I'm making it easier for everyone to access it.
So all y'all have to do is all going to be printed out. You don't have to type out the whole thing, all you're going to have to do is put your information.
And instead of, because like he had it, instead of having to go find it yourself, because then everybody could come with different forms. You get what I'm saying? So I told him, I said, it'd be better to have one kind of template for everyone to do so nobody will get confused. But I'm even going to make it more easier than that, because especially if you're confused about the constitutional rights violations, and I bet a lot are, because I'm still confused, on some. Right. So we are getting this. I will have everything ready to go full blast by tomorrow evening. Okay. I just know that if I don't reach out to you, that's what I've been working on. Okay, guys and gals. So just be patient and you're not going to miss out. I promise. And even tell others because it's the more the merrier, Yeah, and exactly. It's going to be good we're just connecting all 50 states and hey, it's a good thing. It's a good thing and it will help you. And then also the benefits to it, we'll talk about tomorrow night. Because especially it'll put your case on hold. It'll do a lot of things. But And for the ones out there that say we're full of shit, like ones, who is it? I'm not even gonna say these bigger groups. You know, we got to see there's case numbers out there with Gunner, and so things are moving along. But I know with myself right now, I feel really positive about this and moving forward. It's probably the best move made yet. You get what I mean? Compared to all these other ones that have, but there are things going on, and I do know that there are people being. There was a big lawsuit or something out in another state that they are paying. They are mediating or whatnot, and they did finalize. But you know, everybody's different. But this one right here deals with a lot of like the trafficking and other things. So everybody just, if you're wanting to come aboard, hey, stay with us, stay with it. Send me okay. So like I said, I'm making it because the way it was you just go online and find a template and fill it out. I don't think that would be a good idea because of the fact that me and Gunnar talked about it, and I don't think that's a good idea because there would be so many. Yes, I know facts over lies. I know, baby. Oh, I know.
And the thing, Debbie, yeah, I will.
I
I
know.
will privately message you too as well.
And that's the way everybody thought it. Facts over lies. That's why I've gotten a lot of feedback from people that they thought it was already done. So, but no, it's not everybody. So
I think that was
just bear with us.
myself because I was doing the same thing. Where I'm on the show and I had no idea what.
Yeah. So I did do a test run with one template, but I'm finishing it up. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure that there was no discrepancies. I'm the type I will stress myself to death if I send it out the way it is, you know. So I'm doing I got some rough drafts. Just be patient. I promise you will not miss out. Okay. His case is still fresh. It's not even in the mediating stage yet. So we got you. Okay. So just be patient with me and just know tomorrow night at 10:30 we'll have the show. Okay. And yes, I realize you're good. No worries. But yes, I totally get what you're saying. Yes, it did come about that. Yes, it's Steve, because I thought it was too. So, but I did talk with him, and that was just a misunderstanding in the way he had described it or said it to everybody. And I'm sorry about that. Okay, y'all just be patient, please. And I got y'all. All right.
All right. So,
and Darren he's doing fine, and he's getting his things taken care of that he needs to. That he, some time away, with his family. I mean, he just needs, he needed a vacation too. I mean, he needs a breather. He's been working his tushy off on this show and everything, and he needed a breather. He was the one after Carrie passed that was behind the scenes doing everything. I mean, and he said, we got the shows, and I told him, I said, just do what you got to do, man. And we got him, so and he'll be back. He's coming back definitely. But he's just taking a breather, Everybody needs a break every now and then. We all do. But he needed, so hey, he'll be back. He's popped in a few times, but it'll be sooner than later, everybody. We miss him. Yeah, definitely. And I won't say nothing to that, but Dr. Death, I'll stay out of that one. But we do miss him. There's a lot of discrepancies, but I'm not even
doing fine. And
yes, Darren, it's fine. Everyone.
That her daughter's visit went from 3 hours played. She should be getting 4 hours this Friday. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's wonderful.
Right.
Wow.
Well, what? Y'all don't miss us when we ain't on? Jeez. There's a tip in Punisher. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just giving y'all shit. I'm just giving y'all hell. There's a lot. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, it is what it is with them. Darren, I do miss. Yes. As far as anyone else, I can't. That's a iffy. That's a hit or miss with me. Because I'm not even going into detail, but we are who we are, But yes, Darren, the main guy, the one that built this foundation, he is very missed because trust me, it was a lot more organized than me doing it, y'all. I am so sorry. I've been trying my best. Okay. Y'all just bear with me. I do have my home life, that does
Dr. Death.
sometimes mess with my schedule, but we've been trying our best, but I'm appreciate that y'all are here, and I love that y'all are here, and I love that y'all stayed with us.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get off your show, Brenda, because I'm gonna plug in my computer before it dies, y'all. See, I'm already messing up. I was not prepared for this late night show, but everybody be looking out for tomorrow night, okay? And Brenda, I want to know. I was going to talk about that whole, how can a state get another state to get a law enforcement officer to act as a civilian to set somebody up, to get, and I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like what they did with Chris.
Yeah.
That's like, that would be entrapment, right? Wouldn't you see?
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I was getting into that Florida Department of Law Enforcement because
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't interrupt you. Let me hush then. All right. I'm gonna let Brenda get back to her show. Y'all, I love y'all, and I'll be behind the scenes working on this, but be ready for tomorrow night at 10:30. Okay, y'all? All right, Brenda, I'll be back. I'll be
okay.
fine. I'll be somewhere. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Well, the thing is that to get back to it with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, because even though these people are wearing the uniform, doesn't mean they're doing their jobs. Okay. They want to come on every time some horrible, horrible thing happens after the fact and then talk about how wonderful of a job they did finding these people. I say, why don't you find them before they commit the crime and quit locking up people that didn't do a damn thing, that like to, and I started noticing about a lot of, I don't know, it just keeps going back to the same fact is that, they are watching everybody on the what they're doing on the internet. Okay, people are trying to have some escapism, and they go play a video game. Okay, what's wrong with that? And then I don't know how many people. I don't know how many times you've seen these commercials for trying to the kids need therapy because of these video games. And I'm sorry, I think video games are the therapy. And if you want to take it from my advice, I'm sorry. I homeschooled 3 doctors that graduated top of their class. So, boom. I say play all the video games you want, but just, if you do have kids and they're at the age where they like to do that, you definitely are going to be monitoring that, or who they are, who they're interacting with on these live streams and stuff like that. But I mean, they're really twisting it around to make it look like, that's the problem. I say the problem is that our leaders aren't doing their jobs and allowing these crimes to happen. And when there's so many signs that they could be using these probability factors to know these things are going to be happening and get it before it happens. I mean, that's something my husband wanted help with a long time ago. God forbid, somebody that wants to help this country and is good at actually expert on these mass shootings. I mean, he's an expert. He's studied it for years. He's a law enforcement specialist. He was a private investigator, all this. Well, why don't we lock him up because he's got too many good ideas, right? And all the country can go to hell. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going off subject, but again, it gets down to it. They're creating a narrative about the parents that is absolutely 100% false, and then they come in. It's almost like the animals come in for the they find their prey and then they attack because the prey in these cases are the children. I mean, because again, it's all about the money. I was watching that one thing again with the Kids for Cash, how these judges and attorneys can get together and talk about how where they're gonna put the money that they're getting from all these children. And it was their idea to call it Kids for Cash, and then they all start laughing. And did anybody ever see that video? I mean, I've seen it a few times, and it just makes me sick every time, every step of the way. Okay, so let me get caught up on some of these comments if I can. What? All right. You love me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. To you too, Debbie. I ain't gone. This is the host talking about. All right. All right. I got you. I got you. She's the host with the most, I do have to say. But anyways, I guess I am caught up with these damn, things. But, Debbie, Debbie's got to get to sleep. She's saying have a great night.
Praise God.
The host loves me. I love the host. Right. Oh, good Lord, guys. But it's been a long day, and it's always a long day without your kids, you know? And that's what we're talking about too. I mean, we got to start bringing some more awareness to these kids with autism as well, and what exactly is being done to help our autistic community. I mean, it doesn't have to be kids, there are adults too. And there's so many times where we find that these people aren't getting the help they need. Okay. And there's supposed to be all these, entities out there that you're supposed to be able to go to for help, coping mechanisms and all this stuff. But again, you're going to have to deal with, again, there's going to be predators among these people. So all they have to say is nowadays you just got to be aware of your surroundings and be cautious of people, because you never know. It's like to know how one state can have a law enforcement officer hold a kid at a location before a warrant is issued after parents and kid are gone from their home state. Well, it's kind of weird, because in my situation, that's what I'm wondering. There was no help for me, though. I found my daughter, I was living in Louisiana. I found my daughter in an abusive foster placement in Florida. I decided, well, I know that her brother was approved and certified to take placement of the children in Louisiana. He was approved for Louisiana. Okay, we're just waiting on Florida at this point. So in my mind, I thought, well, the best bet would be to take her to her brother, and they didn't think that was the case. In fact, they had CPS workers like, Jason Katz. He's supposed to be some supervisor that believe that that wouldn't be. In fact, I seen in my discoveries it said the children's older brother is attempting to adopt them, but he will be unsuccessful because of his with something like lack of honesty during the background check. What? This guy, the king of liars, again, with a big one there, because my son that has done everything for his brothers and sisters, all ages, all of his brothers and sisters, 4 of them, done everything for his mom and dad, never lied a day in his life. I'm sorry to say. He's so you were tagging the wrong person, boy. But that guy can say anything he wants about me that really didn't bother me at all, because all that what he said about me and my husband was false too. But you want to say something on my son, I have a problem with that, sir. I have a problem. And that's why I tried to do a defamation suit against this guy. And then it ends up, everything got blown out of proportion. So if anybody wants to know what I was doing in 2022 and 2023, is I was taking this Jason Katz from Partnership for a Strong Family, now that works at Alachua Academy, for a defamation suit for saying all these horrible things about my family that wasn't true, and relaying this to law enforcement. So yeah, just like so many things that came out of his mouth, I just like, wow, where is that even coming from? And if I think back even further during our case, I mean, he was saying this stuff after our rights were already terminated. Why don't you just end it there? But he just wants to keep going on and on. acting like, oh, he's the good guy and we're the bad guy. He's not the one that put my daughter into a deplorable conditions in this foster placement where she was being, sexually assaulted and neglected of her needs as an autistic child. No, we might as well turn it around and make it look like we're the crazy ones. We're the bad guys. No, sorry. Truth is up, and I did nothing and never did nothing to harm my children. In fact, I'm probably one of the top parents in the country. And apparently they're jealous of it. Who knows? Who knows what their agenda is? I don't want to try to figure that out because God forbid that I can't get myself to think as evil and manipulative as they seem to be. This is the exact thing that sounds like Chris. Yeah, same. Yep, exactly. So Dr. Tess is saying, me and my wife left Iowa and went to Tennessee 1 day, 2 days before we had to be in court. So the judge issued a court order to remove the kids. Oh, so that's what happened. I see. I see what you're saying. You left. Well, wow. Well, it didn't. That wasn't. I mean, that didn't mean even though you were there. Did that mean you weren't going to be at court? I mean, how did they know that you weren't going to be at court? You could have still been there. I mean, there's things called airplanes. Yeah, still, like I say, it's no wonder. It's a wonder, all right, that they can get away with what they do with these law enforcement officers, and they're holding on to your kid before the warrant was issued. When they came into my house, they didn't have any warrant. I wasn't home. They arrested me and my husband. So my kids, they're 10 and 12, and they're threatening kids that they were going to bust down the door if they didn't open it. And my kids weren't going to let them in. My kids didn't trust them because they knew before that this particular sheriff that was knocking on the door, the same sheriff that my husband was running against, they knew that my kids were well aware of the problems they were causing my family before this happened. I mean, they heard me and my husband talking about this fusion exchange bulletin. I know that when my daughter came along with Chris, they didn't go in the courtroom, but when I had this defamation suit against this oh, no, I'm sorry. I take that back. It was this sheriff's son, the sheriff's son that was destroying my house before the kids were taken. Yeah, so think about it, guys. When you have these state-run programs that are stealing the bids for these weatherization and fix up your home stuff, I mean, Florida's really big on that. So I noticed somebody else talking about the other day how you can have these mortgage things, and it's all tied together because whatever evil is abound, that these people will find a way to make the most money they can, and they don't care about whose life they're destroying along the way. Not at all. I mean, it's just a sick situation what they got it going on in the Third Circuit in Dixie County, Florida. And I don't understand is how it's been let go for so long. You have the county attorney and the state attorney was arrested back in 2022 for bribery and conspiracy, like in jail for 10 years. I can't remember. They both had different sentences, but they were working together and using like drug addicts, kind of like similar what they did in our case, using drug addicts that want to get off on some charge and making some type of deal with them to take down people that never committed a crime in their life. I mean, it's just sick. It's just sick. Now, okay, so Dr. Death, yes, went to Iowa the day of court. My wife and the kids stayed in Tennessee, but my court-appointed lawyer said a few days before that there was an order to remove the kids before the court happened. You know, that's crazy because when they took my kids, it was just like they arrested me and my husband, set us up, framed us, everything like that. My husband, you know, he didn't have anything to do. I admit I was buying some weed. I like to smoke weed. Is that a problem? Apparently. I figured I live in Florida. Who the fuck cares? When I was a kid, where do you want to get the best weed? You go to Florida. God forbid, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not trying to sell it to anybody. I'm not pushing bad, horrible drugs on young teenage girls either, like this particular person that ratted me and my husband out to the cops and was the agent. Guess what? The agent is a drug addict, and that you know, provides drugs to everybody in Dixie County and beyond. So, man, I just still can't believe that guy did that to us. And maybe he didn't know what it would lead to. Maybe thought, oh, well, he's going to get a few years less of probation because the real criminals, they're letting go on the streets. Everybody knows that with these illegal immigrants. Oh, they do something. Okay, they're out on the streets again. They, you know, they commit horrible, horrible crimes. And these are the people they're letting back out. Wow. But when it comes to hurting their feelings, hurting judges' feelings, they don't like name calling. You know, I'm so sick of it, guys. I really am. Because they never even take into account is how they have harmed these children. How they have harmed the children and their parents and everybody in their family is harmed and confused about why in the world we have a beautiful, wonderful family and all of a sudden, bam, boom, it's gone. You know, there's nothing left. And it's really disgusting to me. Me and my wife never got charged for failure to appear in court. Well, isn't that funny? You know, not right. Yeah, and that's the thing is they are trying to arrest Chris because they knew by a certain date he had to get this substance abuse course finished with and done with, and before we had to be at court. And they did everything they could to try to arrest him, and then they stopped him from being able to complete. All he had to do was go back to take one drug test, and that was it. He was going to get a certificate of completion. But when he got there, they said that he owed all this money that we didn't have. We didn't have any money because we spent all our money bailing out how many times out of Dixie County jail. But because of that, and by the way, the Partnership for Strong Families, they were supposed to be paying the bill for these substance abuse cases, not us. We didn't have any money. My husband was on Social Security, and they think, they're going to charge him every time he goes, and when they want to give him a piss test. I tell you, every piss test that we did came back clean. So what does that tell you? Even if you pass all the drug screens, that doesn't mean you're going to get your kids back because it didn't work for us. It's just sick situation, guys. I'm sorry to say. What was else I want to talk about? But yeah, that's what I'm saying is there's got to be better avenues that we can make sure that our children that have delays and stuff like that are taken care of, you know, and to make sure these programs that are made available for these kids, if they're not, instead of helping them, they are harming them, because more often than not, that's what we're finding. And of course, if it has anything to do with CPS or these dependency courts ordering these kids to go into these different placements, be it an institution or a foster placement. Maybe they're going to order some counseling for the children. And all these people are they're the same. Like just imagine this was I would say, I guess it's more like a chessboard where you have all those players on that side. You have the counselors, you got this, you got that, you got the other thing, but they're all working for the state. Okay, all those, and including the public defenders that are court appointed to your dependency cases. So the ones you are supposed to be on your side and supposed to be, and like the GAL is supposed to be for the best interests of your children. There's so much. And I mean, somebody could look up the percentage of that, because I'm sure it's off the wall, because they're not out there to help these kids. They're not out there to help bring families together and reunite families. That is the last thing on their mind. I can tell you that for sure. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, Trump is coming out, talking about this and that. You got is it JFK, RFK, whatever it is? Yeah, I think it's RFK, talking about these children that are being trafficked, and it's their goal to get together, and they're going to find these kids. Well, hopefully they're going to find the ones that are now adults too. Because, and then you also have Melania Trump talking about how there's going to be more funding for these foster, for children in foster care. Well, hopefully they just understand and make sure they know where that money is going. And DOJ has everything to do with that, to see that these funds are being used appropriately, and they're being used to help children, not harm them. So, Dr. Death, CPS has yet to offer me any programs for my kids and the rest of my family. Well, that's strange. So, are you in Iowa now, or where are you? And where are your children? Are they in the same state where you are, or do you even know where your kids are? Are you able to see your kids? That's what I was wondering as well. And when did this all start for you, Dr. Death? Has been how long has you guys been into this? It seems like I got something in my hair. I think I was outside in the trees, messing around by the trees. Well, that's what I like to do. I get outside and I gotta let it go sometimes. You know, go outside. Get my lawnmower, cut the lawn. Right now I'm out of gas for my mower. I'm pretty much out of luck because, like I say, I'm a mom that at 51 years old, never committed a crime in my life, but all of a sudden I'm a felon 2 times over, 1 time for weed and 1 time for trying to rescue my daughter. And now I'm at the point where I'm trying to get a job, and it's taking forever, because when my background comes back and they notice, oh, well, you're a felon for what? For interfering with custody and crossing state lines and for weed. Oh, well, God forbid if they want somebody like me working for them. But, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll just put it in God's hands, and what happens, what happens. Okay, so Trump's wife need to stop all the funding. I would say stop it, check it out, see what's going on, and then go from there. I mean, you know, you can't just say, oh, okay, here's some money. No, you got to see exactly what's going on. In fact, their money should be going to fight against these foster institutions that are harming our kids, right? That's what I'd be more excited about. 9 months so far, and yes, it was forced to come back to Iowa. Iowa, you know, I don't even know where Iowa is. That's one place I've never been. I moved around quite a bit, originally from Ohio. We lived in Maryland for a little bit. We lived in Kentucky. We lived in Maine. We lived in Vermont, New Hampshire. Where was I the longest? We kept moving back to Ohio too. Twice we moved back to Ohio, and then we figured out it was just like the Pat Benatar song. You know the one. Back to Ohio. My family was gone. There was no downtown, and there was nobody home. Yeah, story of my life. But that's why it says shoulda, woulda, coulda. If I would have stayed out in that New Hampshire, I might, that's the state to be. I say New Hampshire, state to be, live free or die. And I think they, as far as I've seen, they follow that rule. I was never messed with in New Hampshire. I take that back. I was messed with one time. And again, that gets back to these fusion exchange bulletins. Okay, so one time I was collecting money for a charity, okay, at the Walmart. Had permission to do it, everything like that. Had my flyers, everything. And was just collecting donations, just like anybody might do for the charity. And then I had the cops come up to me and starts questioning me, saying that they got complaints. I'm like, oh, really? There didn't seem like anybody was complaining to me or whatever. And then they went on to say that it was somebody reported it to the Walmart or something like that. I mean, I'm a nice person. I didn't push my agenda on anybody. I just say, hi, how you doing? Nothing. And then these cops wanted to ruin our day. Chris filmed all of that too. But the thing is, and that gets to these, how they're targeting people. If you looked it up, fusion exchange centers, okay, they look for people that are, I had that book too. I could have read you right out of there. They look for people who are very religious. If you've ever collected money for a charity, if you take notes, you will be considered a terrorist, okay? And you'll be treated as a terrorist would be treated, I guess, because it's all about the questions and everything else. Yeah, I had it in Chris's case here, but that's the thing is this, it's just a sick situation, and I'm getting so tired of it, I can tell you. Did you see that somebody posted on Facebook? I thought that was pretty interesting, that they were posting judges who have been committing these crimes and putting these children into abusive placements. And they had a whole list of these judges. Where was that? And then they had a whole list of, oh my gosh, it was just horrible.
A lot of those judges, I think I put that on there. A lot of those judges, like a lot of those states don't even have like the new judges that could be on the list. Because I didn't see none for Georgia that are even in Georgia that I know have been corrupt. So that could be an old list, but I did post that because it was in a group I seen. And wow. I thought that somebody sent that to me that may still be here with us. I don't know if she did or not, but I thought it was in a group, the Georgia Parents Against DSCS. So
yeah, but they had this for each state. They had a bunch in Florida. I know.
California, Florida. I didn't even go past Georgia, so I could.
California had a whole bunch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we all know that. I mean, that's been ground into the ground with that one lady we know, right? Telling us all that stuff that's going on.
But if we need to add ours to that list, run it. Let's go.
Because I noticed one of the judges in Florida at Dixie County was listed there, Judge Fiegel. And
Judge Fiegel was? Oh, yeah. Judge Fiegel.
He was on there. Can you believe that?
Wow. Yeah, y'all go check that out. It's on one of our Facebooks. I know I've added it in some groups. But yeah, go check that out and see if your judge is on there. And let's keep the list going. That's
gotta update that list.
Know. Oh yeah, definitely. So I'll do that too, because I'm working on this other stuff for tomorrow. I mean today.
Tomorrow, today. Oh yeah, because it's almost 12 for me, guys. I'm an hour behind. I'm here in Louisiana. Okay, and Chris, or I mean Dr. Death is
Near
I'm
Chris.
here, Chris in Chicago. Oh, okay. Chris is in Chicago. And he's in Iowa.
Go
Here,
back.
whatever it might be.
Sorry.
It's doctor. Okay, a doctor of death.
Dr. Death.
But yeah,
That's
I
how I
found
feel.
myself with this fusion, and it's through these Department of Homeland Security. Okay, you think
Mhm.
Homeland Security would be on your side? Sorry to say, I don't know if Trump is changing the stuff up, but they look for people, like I say, these like Florida Department of Law Enforcement like to get on the computer,
Oh,
say what.
you're talking about Melania's helping the kids, yeah, that are aging out of foster care. Yes, and look, that's where my heart has been since my son got put into the system, and I mean, I've seen so many kids age out, and they were just put out, and I've also seen I've had some open up to and talk to me that reached out to me on TikTok, that have went and they've had the whole trans thing pushed on them when they were in like these facilities like Devereaux. Um, and it's just, I mean, I've even met a woman that was sent from Georgia to Texas, the same facility my son was in 1986. So y'all, if this is going back to the 80s, my goodness, like how further back that minute? I mean, it's horrible. It's sad to know. And boy, if my nanny was still here with us, she'd be yeah, we won't even go there. She used to tell when the lady would show up at the house, she'd be like, "You want to get?" Well, she wouldn't say get beat with the Bible, but she'd say, "You want some Jesus today?" That's what she would say. I mean, my nanny didn't play with stuff like that because they ain't touch. You don't bother. You don't touch. You don't come and get the kids. You don't touch the kids. You don't bother the kids. The kids. That was how my nanny was, and that's look, look. If protection, and that's how we need to be now in this day and age. I don't know what's. I mean, everybody. This generation, I don't know, man. Everybody's in their feelings. It's like
Yeah,
it's all about feelings, and we can't. And that's how they try to get us is our feelings, our emotions. Because I mean, think about it. That's our heart. Our children's that's our world. That's our whole life. And just losing that in the blink of an eye is like, and not having any say in any of it. How would they feel if it happened to them? Well, you know what? They're gonna find out sooner than later. But we're not bothering the kids. We're gonna go hold them accountable because they need to be held accountable. I mean, if they're wrong, and a lot of these people don't even have children. That's what's sad. A lot of these caseworkers and stuff do not have their own families, and I don't know. But y'all
yep.
just stay strong and keep fighting, and we are all in this together. And I'm telling y'all, it is. I see the light, and I know it's coming. It's here. It's here. We just gotta keep our voices loud and proud. If you know, we're standing in this together. I care. I mean, we take each brother and sister on with us. Even if it's me and Brenda, they gotta get you by the arm and carry you with us. Look, reach
Right.
out. Don't fall weak because we need
No
you.
one is to be left behind. It's just
Yeah,
like
no man or woman left
this
behind.
is a
That's
war,
right.
guys, and unfortunately, they've made it so it is a war, and
Yeah,
we just
it is. It's
you
bad.
can't back down.
We got to protect our children. We got to protect each other's children, our community. I mean, even families that aren't going through this, we got to protect their children because really, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. I mean, our neighborhood kids that are not in the system. I mean, just think these we got to protect America's children, no matter where they're at, what's going on. If they do have their family still, that we still got to protect those children as well.
Yeah,
America's children, America's future. So I'm in it till they get this change, and until they get it back right the way. Because I've been wondering that over the years. What happened to the communities? What happened to everybody chilling? I mean, we used to go outside and playing with the neighborhood kids when I was little, like growing up.
right.
We used to go down with like me and the girls would go down the road and snapping our fingers saying, "My boyfriend's back and you're gonna be in trouble." And we were, but I mean, what happened? You don't see kids doing that nowadays. You don't see none of that. They want to be in their house on a device. You don't go through a neighborhood and see kids around. And there are communities that are trying to get back to that way. And so let's keep voicing, keep your voices loud, and keep voicing it. And they're listening. And there's even parents and families out there that have never experienced this before and are stepping up and speaking up. And I even saw something today up in, I believe it was Michigan, that they're trying to take elderly away from people. So disabled and elderly. Why are they picking on these the America's most vulnerable people? The elderly, disabled, and the weak. That's wrong. So, and these are probate judges. So y'all keep on voicing. We got this, and we're gonna win this war. They ain't gonna beat us. Brenda, I'll let you get back to your show.
Well, I think we've gone like an hour, right? Did we
5
start?
minutes. 5 minutes. That's all we got. 5 minutes.
All right, yeah, we're gonna be wrapping it up pretty soon, but I'll just get back to telling you because like I say, I've got it embedded in my mind. But when I looked up what these fusion exchange centers do, what they're supposed to do is prevent criminal activity and undermine privacy laws. Wait a minute. Policymakers are urged excessive secrecy to safeguard safeguards should be put in place in a new era of police intel abuses. Review federal funding. Again, that's what we say. You got to review these places or make sure these places that are getting these federal fundings is that monies is going to where it's supposed to be going, not be going into their pocket. Federally backed, operated, and they encourage law enforcement officers to monitor activities of political activists, racial and religious minorities, note-taking and drawing, collecting money for charity are warning signs for terrorism. And there you have it in a nutshell. So it's whatever they decide because it doesn't go along with their agenda. Or like I say, it seems to me that these guys get really excited if you call them like, oh, you asshole, or something like that, right? They really take offense to that. And it just seems strange. Like I say, we read more about the feelings of a judge or a law enforcement officer than we are the safety and of our children and of our citizens that have never committed any crimes, but yet they don't like what's coming out your mouth, so they're going to target you. And it's just a sick situation. Like I say, and you got to understand that these kids they're innocent. Okay, all the kids that are taken into the custody of these departments of children and families or CPS and stuff like that, they are so vulnerable. They have no idea what's going on, and the parents feel helpless because they have no control about what's happening with their children. And I think the goal is for these horrible people is to make us lose our mind so that we either want to end our life, or we want to just crawl into the hole, or maybe going down to avenues of being drug addicts and just not doing anything, not being able to function. That's why you guys, it's so important to take care of your mental health and keep active and eat healthy and do everything you can, because this fight, we're in it to win it, and we're not going to win it if you guys keep turning into these vices that are going to not keep you at the top of your game. And so,
we need
Danielle, on that note,
are you ready?
We'd probably end it. I mean, do you got any last words for us, Danielle?
Well, I just want to here. Let me turn my camera on. Hold on, I'm slacking, y'all. I'm just like, hey, girl. Okay, here we go. Mine's coming on. I thought it was gonna. Hey, y'all. Hey. I want to say, y'all don't ever think that you're not wanted or loved or appreciated or anything. You know what? You're beating the belly of the beast. You are in this fight, and you're not alone. This is not an isolated. It's not just my problem. We have. This is nationwide. This is like, just like with the autism thing. I mean, look what happened to our children. The ones that were normal, like born normal, and then all of a sudden, like with my son, woke up and one day, and it's like, wow, you know, you're in like a total shock. So don't ever think that you are not heard. You are not wanted. People can talk and hate on us all they want to. You know what? We're fighting a fight, and because why would anybody want to hurt a child? That's my question. And these are people that are filling a role that is supposed to be in a system that protects families, protects children, strengthens families, and helps them get back to where they need to be. There is nothing about this system right now that is anything to do with that. Okay, they have the funding. Why can't they help these families get back to where they need to be and to strengthen them, right? Stability and independence. I mean, my goodness. So y'all, look, we are in this. It's getting it's coming to an end, and it's gonna get changed. It needs it badly, and we got the right president in there for it. I promise. Like, I've been a I can't say I'm very good about politics and stuff like that, because y'all already know my story with me. I mean, like, I couldn't even tell you what an elephant was in the room like 2 years ago. I swear to gosh, like, y'all would probably laugh at me and tell me I'm nuts, but I mean, and a lot of people have. I couldn't tell you what the left and the right, the blue and the yellow, or the blue and the red. I don't know this stuff. But when they said the goat, I just learned what the goat was. Hello. Because I've been a felon most of my life, from my young adult to now, But I'm learning. I've learned, and I see the difference between them. Good night, Dr. Death. And so everyone, tomorrow, let me just go. But yes, so we got a good president. We got a damn good one that has a heart, and he sees it. And I mean, think about it. He has been around for a long time, and he sees all the BS going on over the years. Stuff that we may have been masked to, because I can even ask myself here recently, because a piece of paper came in the mail about something, and I said, really? And that's only been 5 years ago, y'all. I said, whoa, that's how bad they had us masked for 5 years. Like, whoa, this is something from 2019, 2020 that was supposed to be, and now it's coming. Like, what happened? Were we in like a time zone, like a frozen time period? Because, and I'll say that on a later show. Yeah, it'll surprise the crap out of y'all. Like, just you'll wait and see. I want to make sure it's fact checked and everything, because yeah, this is like, it's like, whoa, this is that. And think about it, we all got put in a bind during this pandemic. Like, it put us in a struggle. I know it did me. Like, and it's now maybe we're starting to see the light of things, which is even better. Because I mean, poverty. They took a lot of kids over the last 5 because of poverty, and I think that's BS. If you go back and think about the numbers, they want to sit here and tell you the numbers have gotten better. Bullshit. Georgia, the reunification rate in Georgia declined by 64%. Well, I mean, my God, it was already low enough. What the heck? And I don't hear of kids being reunited at all here. But yet this lady wants more funding and more oversight, like more what word am I looking for? It's like more people, more law enforcement. Like, hello. You got to get the system fixed before you can keep adding and gaining. I mean, no, lady, y'all got your raises that y'all say y'all were overwhelmed. You got all your money. So stop the shit and return our kids, man. Leave our kids alone and do what the system was built for in the first place. Yeah. Hey, y'all. Yeah. That's why let's be the voice. Let's get this party let's get it rolling. So tomorrow night, 10:30. All right, 10:30 p.m. It's going to be myself and Mr. Gunner and Brenda. If she wants to join, she's more than welcome to, but be on the look. That's going to be the show that's going to talk about everything, and no matter how long it takes for everyone to get their questions. And from there on, we will have a daily show that will go talking if y'all have questions about the affidavit, but it will be locked, loaded, and ready to go tomorrow, or tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, because it's after midnight, right? So,
Right.
So look, I'm going to go ahead and set that notification up now when I get off the show. But y'all just come on. And the ones that reached out to me, if I have not yet, my device failed. My phone just went kerplunk as of like an hour ago, like when I was on this show. So I'm working on getting my tablet going for y'all to reach out. I have not forgot about y'all, I promise. But just know the affidavit's in the works, and it's going to be finalized tomorrow for y'all, to where it will be easier instead of sending y'all on a wild goose chase looking for.
And that would be good about the shows too, because even if you miss tomorrow night, you can always go back and watch a show.
Yes. So get our notifications and subscribe to the channel, right? And Brenda's got a channel, I got a channel, Gunner's got a channel. And Darren is coming back even sometime soon. But like I said, everybody needs a breather, you know. So, you know, this whole situation with CPS and this nightmare, it is overwhelming. And even talking on these shows, y'all, and y'all coming and talking to us, it helps us, because I can tell you there have been times that it's rough, and I'm sure for Brenda can say the same. Because I mean, Brenda's been in this battle a long while, and as a matter of fact, I hope I got to get in touch with about you, Brenda, and your kiddos. I hope that is what we found, what we discovered today. I hope so. I'm praying. Like I have good feeling about that. Woo! So everybody, y'all just
I'm going to talk to you about that, but I got a picture that's very similar to the one that.
Well, other people said so, that it was the same.
See what happens.
So y'all just y'all be good and be safe out there. We're gonna go ahead and end the show, but I may have a pop-up one every night, because I think I'm gonna start going cross-eyed if I keep looking at the screen.
Right, me too.
Yeah, just know I am working on it. And Gunner, me and him spoke before the show, and we got everything squared away. And I told, like we said, we're gonna let everything out tomorrow night, okay? And be able to better explain it, and like even for the questions, we're going to answer the questions tomorrow night as a whole, okay? And then from there on, we're going to have Q&A.
I need help more than anybody with this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do.
I think we all do. I still need help. Like, you know, but I'm trying to make it to where y'all can even get the help you need with the constitutional rights violation. So I'm building that AI for y'all, and y'all will be able to access it, okay? So just bear with me.
I think it's just you have your case number together and whatever, just a few little things.
Yeah, it's the basic stuff. It's just the fact that everybody's excited and everybody's just overwhelmed, and some of them have been longer than others, and it's been like everybody wants to stay. It's like instant gratification. You know, we all want the answer. We all and you know, we still got, is this the answer? Well, let's you know what I say? We're a pack, and let's pack it up, because that's what we're doing. All right, everybody.
All right. Okay, thanks, Danielle. Thanks for helping me with the show. I appreciate it. All right, see you tomorrow. Oh, my show at 9 o'clock tomorrow too, right?
Yep. All right, everybody. Good night. We love you, and have a good one. And reach out to us if you need us. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Much love. Keep fighting the fight, and we got you. Bye, everyone.
Shadows deep, where voices cry but none can speak. In halls of whispers, secrets keep. We're here to break the silent streak. Stand Stand up, fight, don't let it go. Reveal the truth they won't show. In the darkness, light will grow. Justice rises, voices flow. Children's dreams are cast aside in the system where lies reside. We won't let them run and hide. Hearts are strong, we're full of pride. Stand up, fight, don't let it go. Reveal the truth they won't show. In the darkness, light